What up?
What's going down?
I am Mullet. He is the dude. I'm Jeremy Greene. He's Brian Haynes.
That's
and
right.
Who would have ever thought that 5 weeks into the college football season, 4 weeks into the NFL season, you and I would not have a team that was below 500?
I'm absolutely ecstatic. Let's be clear here. Syracuse is now ranked nationally for the first time since 2019, 22nd in the country. We're guaranteed to have that for a couple weeks because we don't play next week.
Sean Tucker, he a dog.
Yeah, he dog. It's the first time we started 5-0 since 1987, which we ended up going undefeated and then tying Penn State, which I hate Penn State for going for that field goal to tie the game. We had a chance at a national championship.
Now that's the good news.
Yeah.
Well, the bad news is that your next 6 games are NC State, at Clemson, Notre Dame, at Pitt, Florida State, at Wake Forest.
I know. Yeah. So, like we said before, last week, I believe we said we were going to probably lose every single one of those games.
Yeah, you might be the first 5-0 team ever to need a win in the final week of the season to be bowl eligible.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty aggressive.
All right, your takeaway of week 4 in the NFL season.
Yeah, I got like 10 things I wrote down. First of all, the New York Giants are they're 3-1.
Are you the worst 3-1 team ever?
Possibly.
There has been a lot of talk on the interwebs that you may very well be the worst 3-1 team in the history of the NFL.
Well, here's the thing. We might be just straight up running the veer.
Oh, no doubt.
This weekend against Green Bay.
You should be. I mean, you're one injury away from straight Lou Holtz offense.
Right.
There's no better way to play offense than the triple option in the NFL. It didn't work for me, but it could work for the New York Giants.
It's Daniel Jones was 8 of 13 for 77 yards against Chicago, and we won the football game.
Do you have any takeaway on how many teams with bad quarterback play are winning in this league?
It's pretty insane.
It's kind of hard to wrap your brain around. And as the draft guy, it's really starting to piss me off.
Well, here's the thing. A lot of it is there's some really good all-around teams and some deep teams that just need a quarterback to not lose the game for them. But there a lot of good quarterbacks looked horrible this weekend.
Aaron Rodgers in the first half.
Yeah.
Worst half of football he has ever played.
Real bad.
Statistically.
Yeah. That was
against the New England Patriots.
God, I hate when they're so close to these games because everybody's like, oh, you almost won, so Bill Belichick's just so smart with a rookie quarterback.
Oh, no, that team's god-awful.
I mean,
New England's god-awful.
Yeah, it's really bad.
I mean, and I think the smartest of those fans know that.
Yeah.
You're not good.
No, not at all. Second takeaway is Kansas City did not forget about that Super Bowl, and they went in there with a mission and just took it to the...
And just deep-dicked them.
I mean, it was real bad.
And so obviously I've asked #NoHomer Tank Spencer about this, and he's coming around to the no-homer side.
Mm-hmm.
You worried about Tampa Bay?
I am, 100%.
And I think you should be. I mean, I know I've really harped on this, but when you rush the ball 6 times in an NFL game, I don't give a damn what happened.
This answer will lead into another takeaway. When you can't protect a quarterback because your offensive line is hurt, banged up, garbage, you're in trouble. You're going to be in trouble. You're not going to be able to wait that much longer to get the ball down there, and that's what he's got to do at this point. I mean, it's either a dink and a dunk or waiting for someone to get open, and he doesn't have enough time.
No.
Not at all.
I mean, and even with the weapons, I think they're going to be able to shoot out with bad teams. Mm-hmm. The schedule's not very imposing.
Mm-hmm.
But I look at Tampa Bay. We did power rankings yesterday.
Yep.
I feel like it is clearly Philadelphia, San Francisco, 1-2 in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Massive drop-off.
Mm-hmm.
Packers, Bucks, Rams.
Yep.
Another drop off a cliff, and there will be 2 more teams that make the playoffs and are kibble for the 5 I just said.
I agree with that. That led into my thing with the Los Angeles Rams offensive line is probably one of the worst I've ever seen. and I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, they could not make the playoffs this year. What is the record right now? 2-2?
I was playing the booty drop on the top of it. Did you not hear that?
I didn't hear it.
Oh. What the hell?
What the hell? Do I have to hit something over here?
No. You have cans on both sides. Okay. It only plays in one. Whatever reason, Felice Johnson only plays in
booty.
One channel.
They're booty. Check it out. That was, whew. I mean, and the Rams, McVay's supposed to be a genius, right?
McVay's a very bright guy.
I don't see them doing anything other than trying to get Cooper Kupp the ball.
And it's just empty yardage.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Cooper Kupp had this great game. Whoop-de-doo.
Right. Catch 50 balls for 100 yards. Congratulations. You know? I mean, if I'm Odell Beckham, I'm like, that doesn't look like an offense I want to get into. I'll probably just go over to Green Bay. Or, go to Kansas City and just, do whatever I got to do. After that, San Francisco is such a good team.
Oh, San Francisco's fantastic.
I mean,
all they need is the quarterback that doesn't turn the ball over.
Right.
That's it.
Yep. And they'll probably make the NFC Championship game again.
Fun story. Armchair, our Canada and friend, Armchair Commentary, just commented this. Cooper Kupp has more receptions than Justin Fields has completions. One receiver for the Rams has caught more balls than Justin Fields has completed.
I don't know what they're doing. How have you not built the offense at least around him to do something? He's really bad.
It wouldn't matter if you did.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. Justin Fields could have Randy Moss, Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice, Anthony Munoz, Bruce Matthews, and Barry Sanders running the ball, and he would still blow dead bears.
It's pretty bad.
He is as bad as I told you he was, if not worse.
I remember every single word of that.
There are certain things that are just infallible.
Mm-hmm.
A quarterback whose mechanics are that bad,
right?
It's never going to work.
And he holds the ball too long.
He holds the ball too long. He can't get through progressions. Yep. I mean, I can put on the scout cap and tell you all the things that Justin Fields does poorly, but it's only an hour and a half show.
Right, and I think we went through all those in the pre-draft a couple years ago. And
I do. I would love to harken back to all the people that called me names because I didn't like Justin Fields.
Right.
You want to maybe talk about that now?
You want to talk about that again?
You want to talk about that now?
Next one, Baker Mayfield is the worst quarterback I've ever seen in my entire career.
Him and Justin Fields are in a sweet dead heat of who can suck more.
Holy cow! How many balls? Nine balls got batted down.
He got several batted down the line. The thing that blows my mind about Baker is the absolute, complete lack of situational awareness. Right. So in game, it's very obvious.
Right.
Then he goes into the press conference and starts calling out the fans.
Gone. Well, you were given another opportunity to prove everybody wrong.
See, I don't get to say things like this on the ESPN show. Baker Mayfield is the guy. And when I say this, you're all going to know who I'm talking about. He's the guy that shows up to the bar dressed like it's 1988. Maybe got a cowboy hat on.
Absolutely.
Big old belt buckle.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe some loud shoes. And he thinks every girl in the bar wants to bang him.
Oh, absolutely.
And what he doesn't realize is that everybody is making fun of him behind his back.
Absolutely. They're all laughing at him.
That's Baker Mayfield in a nutshell. You are that loser guy that thinks everybody loves you.
Yep.
And everybody really just thoroughly enjoys when you go the fuck away.
Yeah. You got to go away. I mean, he's done. He is completely done. There is no way he's getting another chance to start in the NFL. He's a backup quarterback at best for the rest of his career.
And here's my question. Would you sign him to be a backup?
I wouldn't even do that. Well, there's probably a few teams that could use a backup that at least has starting experience. If he were to go to, Tampa Bay or something like that. You know what I mean? Where if Brady's still playing and some godforsaken reason.
Why would I want him behind that? I drafted Kyle Trask.
Oh, that's true too. I mean,
I drafted Kyle Trask. Why would I want that behind Tom Brady?
Yeah.
I literally have pulled up the depth chart for every team in the NFL.
Okay.
Let's assume Baker is at least situationally aware enough to understand he's a backup at best, talent-wise.
Right.
Would you rather have Case Keenum or Baker Mayfield?
Case Keenum.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Brian
Hoyer. It's Brian Hoyer. It's not close.
Yeah, I guess.
The difference in the talent is not enough to mitigate the difference in the attitude.
Right.
Joe Flacco.
No. Flacco's won games.
Tyler Huntley.
What's that?
Tyler Huntley.
Oh, Tyler Huntley's probably the best backup quarterback in the NFL.
Mitch Trubisky. It's Mitch Trubisky. It's not even close.
Yeah. I mean,
that's 6 teams in 2 divisions in the NFL, and I just stopped.
And I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, he might just be gone from the NFL, period.
I think he will be. I think he is going to be the comparison to Johnny Manziel is going to get so much more drastic.
Yeah.
This is what would have happened had a team taken Johnny Manziel 1.
Yeah.
You would have seen the absolute lack of talent, the absolute lack of maturity, and the fact that you cannot run an NFL team this way where you have a dumpster fire 8-year-old as the face of your franchise.
Right.
This is what I tried to tell Panther fans.
Yeah.
If I had $1 for every Panther fan that told me, oh, you just hate the team, I don't fucking hate the team.
No.
Do you know how much better it is for me if that team is good?
Oh, absolutely.
If that team is in the national landscape, there are 2 teams in this entire league that I give a fuck if they're good or not.
Yeah.
One of them's the team that I wear their clothing all the time. By the way, armchair, day 3. Testing the depths of my New York Jet wardrobe.
Oh, nice.
Brian Haynes knows this quite well.
Oh, yeah.
It going to be a minute.
Hey, we're going to be here for a while.
It going to be a minute before you see the same one a second time. And the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Atlanta Falcons, not a distant third, but a third.
Yeah.
Because I do things in Atlanta as well.
Yeah. Here's the thing. He will be the next starting quarterback of the Birmingham Rattlers or whatever the hell they are in the
USFL.
In the XFL. He'll be perfect for the XFL.
And I mean, I'll be honest with you, I think that's where he's headed.
Probably.
If he even wants to continue to play.
I mean, he's made some money.
He does not understand. You don't have the progressive. You don't have the draft capital. You don't have all of the things in your corner that kept you in Cleveland for 4 years.
You were on a rookie contract, and they built a lot around you. The talent of that team was far superior, if we could use one of our favorite sayings.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. This Panthers team's not bad.
Their defense is good. Honestly, I mean, I'm hoping Sam comes back and can do something because I still believe that Sam Darnold could be a quarterback in this league. I just don't. I want to believe that, but
look. I am not a fairy tale guy. My usual partner that sits in your chair, that can't determine what weight he wants to be, he's the narrative guy. It's the Disney fairy tale.
Yeah,
this is setting up for the perfect Disney fairy tale ending for Sam Darnold.
Right.
Because I've told you for years, Sam Darnold's better than Baker Mayfield.
Absolutely.
That sounded stupid for 4 years.
Right.
Sounds stupid now?
Not at all.
Nope.
If Sam Darnold was not hurt, he would have already been playing starting last week. He would have started.
Agreed. He would certainly be playing this week.
Yeah.
And now, here's where I'm going with this. Next 3 weeks, they play the 49ers at the Rams at the Bucs. That is when I have been told that Sam should be about ready to come back. Do you know what the schedule looks like from there?
It's pretty awesome for the Panthers.
Falcons twice, at the Bengals, at the Ravens, Broncos, Seahawks, Steelers, Lions. That's 6 of 8 games that are winnable.
Yeah.
That's 6 of 8 games that are winnable.
And it could be a 7-9 team that makes the playoffs out of the NFC.
I don't believe that. I'll be honest with you. I think it's more likely that an 8-9 team in the AFC makes it than in the NFC. The AFC's going to cannibalize each other.
I just haven't seen this many, 2-2, 1-3, 3-1 teams in a while.
It's everybody not named the Houston Texans, the Philadelphia Eagles. End of message. Repeat the line.
Right. So,
and if you look down the ledger in the NFC, some combination of the Minnesota Vikings, Detroit Lions, Dallas Cowboys, New York Giants, Atlanta Falcons, Arizona Cardinals, Seattle Seahawks. 2 of those teams are making playoffs.
Yeah, and that sounds insane, doesn't it?
No doubt. Because none of those are playoff teams.
Those are
Minnesota,
not good teams.
Minnesota, maybe. If you continue to progress with the new coach, maybe you are actually a playoff roster.
And you never have to play a primetime game.
I really hope you get the Nickelodeon game.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way Kirk Cousins is not going to blow dead Bears in the playoffs.
Next thing I thought are the Ravens need to learn how to close a game. we can't keep blowing these leads.
It's 5 blown leads in a row at home.
It's crazy. I don't think.
And I can only tie it back to one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They can't get after the quarterback.
Yeah.
When you can't rush the quarterback, I don't give a damn how good your secondary is.
Right.
You cannot ask them to hold up that long.
No.
The great play of Josh Allen where they actually got home and he spins out, makes the throw on the sideline.
Mm-hmm.
What are you supposed to do?
Not a damn thing.
I mean, you've allowed a receiver to run around. I timed it. It was 6.4 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Deion Sanders couldn't cover that long.
No. I didn't hear your reaction to the going for it.
Absolutely go for it.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
So, I mean, you kick a field goal, and I've heard John Harbaugh, and look, there's a lot of people. Let me back up a step. There's a lot of people in what I do that I think are fucking blowhards.
Right.
Many of them work for a station or an entity that I am not allowed to say bad things about.
Right.
But I'm gonna give flowers to somebody that I never thought I would say this out loud. Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah.
Did you see his media tour last week?
I did not.
He went on Sean Hannity and he went on Jesse Waters.
Oh my God.
And actually made good points.
Right.
I actually walked away from that going, holy shit, did I just agree with Stephen A. Smith? Because I think my brain
That's
is
the
pressing
first
against
time
my skull.
ever.
I respected virtually everything he said.
Yeah.
And I also respected the fact he was willing to go on a show with someone that would disagree with him.
100%.
And look, I'm not trying to pat myself on the ass, but I do that virtually every show I do.
Every single time.
There's not a lot of people that believe like me that do sports talk.
Exactly.
You call that whatever you want to call it. I do a show in North Carolina every other week at this point with somebody that I know definitively. We do not agree on political things at all.
Yeah.
That's the way it's supposed to go.
Yeah.
It's the way this is supposed to go. So flowers to Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah. It's
but the reason I said that is I've heard a lot of people that I don't think know their head from a hole in the ground.
Right.
They have a job because they played this game.
Right.
Just because you played this game does not mean you're very intelligent at
No.
it. It doesn't.
No.
And there are a lot of people that said, well, you're not going for it. You got to show a belief in your defense. Why would I believe in this defense?
Yeah, exactly.
Why would I believe in this defense?
You've already blown leads.
That's like believing in a Sasquatch.
And you have the best team in the NFL on the other side.
And it's one thing to believe in fictitious bullshit.
Right.
You know, Sasquatch, birds. I'm trying to think about the fact that there could be people with children that watch the show. Which I say fuck way too much for that, but you know,
we don't.
hey,
Yeah. You can disagree with the play call, but you can't disagree with him going for it.
I can't figure out how. I mean, in the play call, if Lamar throws it on time, we're not talking about this.
Right. Exactly.
If Lamar throws that on time, we're not talking about this. We're talking about what is wrong with the Buffalo Bills. Why are they 2-2?
Right.
They would still be my one of the power rankings.
Absolutely.
They're the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
And I don't really think it's all that close.
Mm-hmm. But that just worries me. I like the Ravens a lot as a team.
I like the talent. I like the coaching staff. There's just something missing.
Yep.
I feel like counting on Odafe Owa and Ajabo, who was raw, coming back. I like the addition of Jason Pierre-Paul, but I'm not sure that fixes the problem.
Right.
Because you're going to have to heat up quarterbacks.
You have to.
At the end of the day, in this league, you have to be able to get pressure on quarterbacks.
You have to get to the quarterback.
I mean, and obviously I'm biased because I'm a Jets fan, but what is the difference between the 2021 New York Jets and the 2022? One of them can heat up quarterback, one of them can't.
Yeah. Exactly. If you can't get to the quarterback, you don't have a chance in this league, typically.
And I have to do this just simply because I mentioned the Jets pass rush.
Yeah.
Oh. I'm your Huckleberry.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Big ups to Jermaine Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
He and all. First NFL sack, no big deal.
No big deal at all. Nice.
Him in the wide nine. Good God, that dude's good.
Well, I'm gonna say you got you're in the Jets. Zach Wilson.
Tom Brady. There is nothing, and you can call me an asshole for this. You can call me whatever you want to. We're getting ready to relaunch our merch store and our Patreon and all the things, and really streamline them to where they're great value for you.
Yeah.
So later today, I have to meet with a printer here in Asheville. It's going to do shirts for us. And one of the shirts that's going to be on our merch store is one that just very simply, it's a very soft T-shirt, and it very simply says, I hate Tom Brady.
Yeah.
And I will say this, now that Tom and Giselle are hiring divorce attorneys, separating the assets. Zach Wilson coming, dog. Zach Wilson gonna be in them DMs, dog.
I've seen some like memes and some fictitious tweets, and it's been pretty funny to look at.
Zach Wilson gonna be a dog.
Yeah.
What up?
He played pretty well for his first game back off the injury. You look at this team and you say they are a year or two away from being serious contenders if they can keep healthy.
Don't tease me like that.
If you were trying to look everything through rose-colored glasses, I believe you would say the same exact thing.
So this is year 2.
Yeah.
With the quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, of the Trevor Lawrence year.
Yep.
I don't ever like making sweeping declarations on quarterbacks until we're 3 years in. But I've had a theory forever in every 5-man quarterback class that's ever existed. There's been one that's fucking awesome, one that's really good, one that's fine.
Yeah.
He's an available starter in the NFL.
Serviceable quarterback.
And 2 are dog shit.
Yeah.
Tell me where I'm wrong here. Okay. Trevor Lawrence is the dog. Zach Wilson is the very good. Mac Jones is the serviceable. Justin Fields and Trey Lance are the dog water.
Yeah.
Where am I wrong?
I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's just where I'm at. That's where I'm at. And well, you're overvaluing. No, I'm looking at the fact of NFL quarterbacks are a lot like porn. All right, Nancy Reagan used to say this about porn. I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I know it when I see it.
Yeah.
I can't tell you what it is about an NFL quarterback that makes them an NFL quarterback. But watching the drive where Zach Wilson comes into the huddle and says, "We're scoring a fucking touchdown,"
yeah,
and everybody on the offense commented on that.
Yeah, that's that dog.
That's a 22-year-old kid that played at BYU, looking at a group of very talented players. Think about the other 10 starters for the New York Jets.
Yeah,
there are a lot of first-round picks there.
Man, and they have, 2 good running backs.
Brees Hall, dog. Michael Carter, dog.
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson, big dog.
Yeah.
Speaking of big dog, that'll be coming up Friday. Ooh. You know, another 2 hits in the big dog. Kentucky and Wake Forest.
There you go.
6 weeks of the college football season. That's 7-0.
It pains me to say it because as a Giants fan, I just hate the Jets. But
hey, vice versa. But I can be happy for you.
And yeah, exactly. I'm happy for you as well. The Lions are really fun to watch, but they can't stop a nosebleed. I think they've scored the most points in the NFC.
The Lions?
Yeah.
Their defense sucks.
I think they've scored 35 a game. I think they give up 35.2 a game.
I can actually answer that.
Yeah.
They have given up 141 points.
Yes.
They have scored 140
through
4 weeks, which soft math is exactly 35.1 and 35.
Do you think that in the locker room, the offense is just looking at defense being like, just do something.
Just do something.
Just do something.
Just poking them with a stick.
Hey,
like, hey.
Hey.
Do you know how many players on their defense? So I use analytical grades.
Right.
It's very similar to Pro Football Focus. So it's not PFF.
Right.
But it's close. It's the same analytical metric. It's the same scale. It's just like a pass-fail when you were in school.
Right.
All right, so anything below a 70 is a fail.
Yeah.
All right, 70 is the line of demarcation in my analytics of you should be an NFL starter, yes or no.
Okay.
Do you know how many of the 11 starters for the Detroit Lions pass that?
1.
It's exactly 1. Do you know who it is?
It's the cornerback, right? What's his name? Oh, God almighty. I'm drawing a blank.
Warrior?
Yeah.
It's not a Warrior.
Okay.
A Warrior is the lowest rated player on the defense.
Really?
Yep.
Who is it?
I don't have rankings. I have pass fail in mine. If I remember correctly, according to PFF, he is the worst rated corner in the NFL. God. I think he's 105 of 105.
Not good.
The only serviceable player on this entire defense is Malcolm Rodriguez. It's the only one. 70 is pass fail.
Right.
Do you know what his grade is?
71.
70.1. He's passing it by 1/10 of a point.
Oh my God.
That is the worst defense I've ever seen.
It's so bad.
And they're young and they're fine. And you know what? Over time, I said this going in this year. The Detroit Lions need to look at that defense and go, we have 5 positions on this team settled.
Yeah.
I think with Jeff Okudah, Aiden Hutchinson, Rodriguez, you got to kind of figure out a couple other pieces in there.
If they take an offensive player in the draft over the next couple of years, they're doing it wrong.
Tracy Walker would have been 4.
Yeah.
But he's hurt now.
Yeah. I mean, their best 2 wide receivers aren't playing.
Nope. Still put up 45.
Yeah.
Against a dog shit Seattle team.
Well, but still, it's, you play to win the game.
Question in the YouTube comments. Yep. We've actually had a few. Crazy Blade asked our take on Green Bay. Look at the schedule. Just when in doubt, refer to the schedule. The next 3 weeks, they play the Jets, the Giants, and I can't remember who the third one is.
They're going to beat bad teams.
They're going to get better every single week.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, they're going to be in the same boat of, I have not really seen you beat many good teams. Can you do that? Yes or no?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to beat them. I don't think so.
I don't know.
Their defense is really good.
At times.
Yeah.
Bailey Zapp carved them up at times.
That's what bothers me.
With no living, breathing receivers that really belong in this league.
Right. Yeah.
So, I think Green Bay the schedule sets up nicely for them. And there's an art to that. There's a reason that Tank and I spend a month talking about the fucking schedule.
Yeah.
Because guess what? The schedule matters. We talk about this every year.
Yeah, it does.
Oh, well, you were wrong on all of your prognostications about the win-loss record.
Yeah.
But you know what I wasn't wrong on?
Yeah.
Hey, look, Green Bay plays 4 shit teams in a row.
A year.
That's a great time to get healthy.
Okay, yeah.
I wasn't wrong about that.
Yeah.
I may not have the win-loss total right.
The Giants' schedule is so good for them that they could possibly get into the playoffs just because of the schedule.
Mm-hmm. Do you ever play future over-under bets?
I haven't.
Win totals?
Familiar.
I hit the earliest over the win total and under the win total of my life this season in the same conference. Now, it was in college, not in the NFL.
Kansas and Oklahoma.
That's exactly right.
Yep.
Kansas was over 1.5.
Yep.
Oklahoma was under 10.5.
Yeah. Over 1.5.
Over 1.5.
And they're
they hit it in
undefeated.
2 weeks.
I know.
They hit it in 2 friggin' weeks.
That's
I've never
awesome.
had that. And I'm not going to lie, it hit the Bet Us account for me, and I went, there's more money in here than I remember.
Yeah,
Why is there so much money in here?
What? Oh. About that.
Oh, right. That good rock chalk.
The last thing I saw from this weekend is the Eagles are the best team in the NFC.
No doubt. Not close.
Yeah, it's.
There's another question in our YouTube chat because we have several Washington Commandos fans.
Oh my God!
When you turn to Sam Howell, I have a definitive answer to that.
I'd say week after next.
Rob Johnson said, "I think they turned to Taylor Heineke." I disagree with you. They will never turn to Taylor Heineke. They know what Heineke is. All right, so, and this is just
right.
What is it that Tank always calls this one? 3-dimensional chess.
Right.
Of the way I think. All right, so you spent the draft capital on wins.
Right.
So you're committed there by hook or by crook.
Yeah.
Taylor Heineke expires this year.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he's a UFA. Let's say for shits and giggles that he actually comes out and is somehow good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to pay him anyway.
Right.
You're not going to do that. You're not going to subject yourself to the potential of having to pay Taylor Heineke, who is Ron Rivera loves to look at him and just,
I'm your boy.
Yeah.
You're not going to do that.
Here's the
so
thing.
if you're going to bench Wentz, which is entirely possible,
yeah,
I could see this being one of those phantom injuries.
Uh-huh.
It's going to be to go to Sam Howell.
How long was Wentz signed for? He's out after 2?
I don't remember how long that deal is.
I mean, hell, the way I look at it is.
Now, you got to remember, you're talking to somebody, I don't give a fuck what your contract is.
No.
I care less.
I know. But I'm looking at it this way. You drafted Sam Howell. If the team was somewhere like if they were 2-2 or right, they're 1-3, right?
1-3.
Well, yeah. If
they win over the Jaguars.
If they were 2-2, somehow managed to pull off a victory, you have a chance at making the playoffs still, and you know that Carson Wentz is the guy. Then I think you go with Heineke. But I don't see that happening. And here's the thing. There is a lot of young talent on that team.
Absolutely. I mean, you need a middle linebacker because, hey, weird, Jamin Davis sucks. I think somebody tried to tell you that.
So really fast guy out of Kentucky, but that's
look at my shoes. They made me run fast.
That's all he can do.
And there went the tight end right by me. And I was too busy looking at my LA lights on my feet.
That's probably one of the worst takes that I've ever had, was thinking that the Washington defense was going to be like the 2020 freaking Ravens or the 2002 Ravens.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. They have a ton of talent, but they don't have anybody to bind it together.
Yeah.
How much money does it cost them to move on from Carson Wentz at the end of this year?
I'm not sure.
Take a stab at it.
20 mil?
Too high.
10 mil?
Too high.
$5 million.
Too high.
Get out of here. Free?
Free?
Yeah, it's gone.
For free.
Yeah. Go to Sam Howell. Have these guys back up and sign some, I mean,
and if I'm being honest, there's a stretch in the week before Thanksgiving, you play the Texans. After that, you go Falcons, Giants, 49ers, who will probably already have a playoff berth locked up by then, Browns, who may have tapped out on the season based on what happens with Jacoby Brissett and the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
That's Sam Howell time.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
He was my number one quarterback in this class. I have not backed off of that.
Yeah.
Nothing has changed my mind.
He showed that in preseason as well, that he could, I think. The last game he played, there was a couple interceptions I did not like at the end, but everything else was, I thought, was well.
Mm-hmm. He's a rookie.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt that there's going to be some ups and some downs.
Yeah.
But what do you have to lose?
Yeah.
Ron Rivera's not going to be here.
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio's not going to be here.
Mm-mm.
This whole brain trust is not going to be here.
Gone.
We have breaking news.
We do?
I don't have the breaking news button.
Oh, man.
I'm.
Who's going to break the news? Who's going to break the news? Who's going to break the news?
I need a button that...
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it? Yeah, I stabbed a man in the heart. Ha! I saw that. Brick killed a guy.
Yeah, Brick killed a guy.
Blake Bortles is officially retired from the NFL.
Oh, my God.
You know what? I'm not sure that I can actually continue.
It just brings a tear to my eye because
I don't know what I'm going to do with myself for the rest of the day.
Sad.
It's sad times.
The look back on the career that was Blake Bortles, amazing. Lee Bad.
Yeah. You remember when they played the Patriots in the AFC Championship game and you went, oh, this Jacksonville team's going to be around for a while. 1 hour later.
It was like that second half. In the first half, they were looking like world beaters.
I will never forget this. I actually think I was with Cowboy Zach Hurst, who I've seen comment in the YouTube chat a couple times. I remember tweeting out or Facebooking out or whatever, insert active social media at the time here.
Right.
I put out New England Patriots fans are actively watching the team they will be rooting for when Brady retires after the season. And I don't remember exactly how I said it, but it was shade at New England.
Corners of my mind.
It was shade at New England Patriots fans for being bandwagon when Brady was gone. And here's the thing: I was right.
Yeah,
maybe 4 years later than I thought.
Exactly,
but with a different quarterback.
Yeah,
maybe one that doesn't look like.
I'm your boy.
I'm your boy.
Blake Bortles looked like Sling Blade.
I could, yeah.
He 100% looked like Sling Blade. He was also a great interview from what I was told. There's a video of him, and I can't remember what he says, but it's something about jerking off. I asked him what he does in the morning, and he was like,
Five knuckle shuffle. Great minds think alike.
I love that we both called it the same term. But I mean, that would be my answer. If I'm Washington, I'm waiting to that. I need to know that I'm not competitive for a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing, the NFC sucks.
It is.
And people don't seem to understand how bad it sucks. Half the teams in that conference are horrid.
There is 2 teams that are going to make the playoffs that shouldn't have any business making the playoffs.
No doubt. Unless that's a little forward because we're saying that about Minnesota, and Minnesota may deserve to make the playoffs.
Yes.
All right. I mean, yes, I saw them get absolutely car ramrodded by the Philadelphia Eagles, but they may be a playoff team.
But that might just be because the Eagles are that good.
Damn good.
Jesus.
Eagles, Bills, Super Bowl.
Oh, boy.
There's not a car in this country that will be safe from that.
No, man. No. Where's the Super Bowl this year? Back in Tampa?
Where is it? I know it's in.
Oh, is it in Vegas?
It's in Vegas next year. I think it's in somewhere stupid this year.
Probably like Minnesota or some shit.
I feel like it's in somewhere stupid this year. Glendale, Arizona. Can we stop sending shit to that?
I mean,
have you ever been to Arizona?
It's desert.
It's hot. It's hot as hell.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been out there a couple times on business things. And as soon as I get off the plane, I look around and go, huh, it's a whole state full of my grandmother.
Yeah.
Now, I'm the youngest person here by 7 presidential terms.
The only people of age that are fun go to college there, and then they leave.
Well, they go to Arizona State and watch their football team get the shit beat out of them.
Yeah, on purpose, because they're giving the plays away to the other team.
I had somebody ask me on a show I did the other day who the candidates for Arizona State would possibly be. Because we had gotten to talking about the Herm Edwards thing.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know who the active candidates are, but I would say after the 400 no's, they may get all the way down to me.
Yeah.
I'd take the Arizona
Take the job, man.
I'd take the Arizona State.
Turn them around.
That's what you need.
Yeah.
You need a mullet to guide the ship.
I 100%
It's
agree.
just crushing domestic lights
killing
and heaters
Yeah.
on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
I'd wear a bow tie. I'd wear a bow tie and a windbreaker. Mullet flowing in the breeze.
Bow tie and a windbreaker.
Heater at the end of every quarter.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Where's the coach at? Oh, he had to go get a new pack of cigarettes.
And gray sweatpants. And I would also wear gray sweatpants with the team logo on it and no drawers.
You would have pulled who was it that was carted off because he had to go take a shit?
DK Metcalf.
Yeah. Jeremy would be like getting carted to the locker room so we can get some more heaters.
I would be, there would be a very specific kind of woman that would value me to be their favorite college football coach in my gray sweatpants and my no underoos. Look like I'm squirreling away moose feet.
Yeah, like if you bend over, it look like you sat in gum.
Yeah, man. Look like you got a squirrel head. Well, you got a squirrel.
Smuggling some plums.
Does that guy actually have a squirrel in his pocket? I think he might.
There was another question. We missed it. Who was it? I think you were about to say it, and we went with the.
No, it was when will they play Sam?
Yeah.
That was the last one.
Okay. This weekend.
This is the sickest show on.
I know we're both
on Earth.
I'm barely.
Between me, you, and Tank.
Yeah,
there's been a lot of germs come through the studio.
I'm a whole trying not to sniffle every 35 seconds, and rub my nose and do whatever I gotta do. But golly.
And we're gonna have to find somebody, an extra that can push buttons.
Yeah, I know.
That's what news. No, Mark Starling was down here before the show started. Because I don't think you've heard the news, have you?
No. What's going on?
Caleb Peake.
Yeah,
he got a new job.
Where's he going to?
Somewhere in Virginia. He's gonna be the play-by-play guy for JMU.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a great step up. They recognize the talent.
Yeah,
he a dog.
The voice.
The voice.
Yeah.
He also prepares at a level that is unlike anything I think I've ever seen.
Right.
Armchair said he's also had a cold this week.
Yeah.
That's the 4 people that are ever on the screen on this show. All sick.
Yeah. Not good.
And I've got a whooping cough.
The whooping?
I got the whooping cough.
The whooping cough.
That's it's coming from a deep visceral place.
I've realized I'm not really good so far at this whole DFS thing. I don't think I've broke the top 20 in the first 4 weeks.
I finished in the top 15 3 of the 4 weeks.
Yeah.
But I've yet to have the right lineup.
Right.
See, you and I have the exact opposite problem in DFS.
Yeah.
I play so many fucking lineups that it's borderline impossible for me to put the right combination together.
I did play 9 this week. I've already put in 9. That doesn't count our battle for the belt. I have some people that have made every single one of those lists, but I took some different strategies on each one of those.
My banger this week was Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Geno with DK.
Little Geno DK action going on there.
I usually use Wednesday to take my first look at what I'm going to do this week. This is one of those stars and scrubs weeks. I can tell by looking at the slate.
It got really aggressive, especially at quarterback after about 7 people.
I have to verify this before I say it. How many games this week have an over-under of 50 or higher?
6.
1. How many of those are on the DFS Millionaire slate?
None.
Which will also be the Battle of the Belt.
None.
0.
Yeah. It's the Monday night game, right?
Yep. Kansas City and Las Vegas. The highest over-under on the slate is Eagles Cardinals.
Right.
Ooh, Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts, AJ.
Ooh, Jalen Hurts.
I did that. I went and did that.
Ooh, Jalen Hurts. Now that I've looked at that. This Sunday, Armchair and I kicking off 8:30 for the London game, second week in a row. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm glad that it's not a Giants home game.
Oh, you should be. Yeah, you 100% should be.
I mean, I hate that you lose a home game.
Well, you have 9 because the NFC's the 9 side this year.
Yeah.
You're an 8-point dog. I just want to look at something. I have a funny feeling that there is going to be a heavy lean on your Giants. Yep, and I was right.
I mean, if the news of that Daniel Jones plays, not that it really matters other than he can run the ball. I mean, Saquon's really good.
Saquon's good at the football.
Yeah.
He's good. The bad thing is he's the only offensive weapon you have.
Absolutely.
I don't know that I've ever seen a team with this few weapons.
It's crazy. I mean, I flipped out because I didn't think we needed a wide receiver. We absolutely need a fucking wide receiver.
It was not the last need that you
we
needed.
absolutely got it. Richie James is our leading receiver right now.
And David Sills.
Yeah. And we got
he a Mountaineer. No big
deal. Shepard gone for the year again. Fucking Turf Monster got him. He's such a good dude. I hate that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, his bones are just made. He has that SpongeBob bro.
Yeah.
His bones are made of glass, and every morning he breaks his arms, and every afternoon he breaks his legs. And
he called me Mr. Glass. He called me Mr. Glass. And Kadarius Toney, has he played a game? I don't know. Galladay's hurt.
He hasn't. Galladay sucks.
Galladay's
horrible. That reminds me. There's a stat that I really wanted to throw your way.
Oh, I want to hear it.
See
how much money he's making per snap or catch?
Since Kenny Galladay came to the New York Giants, that was before last year.
Yes.
He has one less touchdown catch than Zach Wilson. Hit that greedy.
Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man.
Yeah, how's that make you feel?
It makes me feel like I want to jerk the wheel to a goddamn Bridget Buckman.
That's exactly what I wanted you to say.
God!
You have
watching the Giants is so hard, and we're winning. And that's why the last couple years, I'd be getting into it in the first quarter, then it's like, oh, they fucking suck. They're going to die. I don't care. They're hanging into all these games.
We suck again.
They're hanging into all these games, and so I have to be invested, and everything they do makes me want to fucking kill everybody.
Doesn't that suck? When your team has made it to where you don't have to pay attention for so long. Then they're actually half-assed.
Yeah.
Kadarius Toney has played 35 snaps all year. Wan'Dale Robinson has played 9.
Oh, 9. Oh.
Niner. All in week 1.
Did I hear a niner in there?
Did I hear a niner in there?
Daniel Bellinger is probably our best receiver.
I did like him coming out.
I do like him. It's crazy that they're winning football games.
And I have a funny feeling that that's going to stop in very short order. I mean, here's the thing. You should want it to.
Yeah.
Because you and Ken Dorsey, who I think is the next coach of the Carolina Panthers, there is one quarterback out there that you're both going to just fall drunk in love on, and his name is Will Levis.
Mr. Levis.
I am so tired of hearing people's stupid takes on him. Oh, well, he showed this week why he's not really the number one quarterback. You mean because their offensive line is awful?
Absolutely terrible.
He dogged.
Uh-huh.
He dogged.
Uh-huh.
I loved Josh Allen when he came out.
Uh-huh.
I said that the two quarterbacks in that class were Sam Darnold and Josh Allen.
Uh-huh.
And apparently, and this is under no fault of my own, when I say Sam Darnold, actually, that's a lie. When I say Lamar Jackson, it sounds oddly like Sam Darnold.
Right.
With my West Virginia dialect.
Absolutely.
That's not my fault.
Yeah.
It's not my fault that you can't hear
totally
how I talk.
misconstrued. You definitely said Lamar Jackson.
No doubt.
I mean, even Baltimore passed on him in the first round.
Yeah, and then they traded up and got the bonus year, or the option year on.
Was that Hayden Hurst?
Yes.
Wow.
Who's, I think, somehow 40 years old and only in his fifth year in the league.
Right.
And on his third team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Not looking good. Kenny Pickett starting for the Pittsburgh Steelers?
He sucks. He blows dead bears. I'm telling you right now. Now look, you can tell me that I'm a Jets homer, hashtag no homer, whatever. It took me one quarter to figure out Kenny Pickett. One. And that's sitting in a bench in a bar drinking domestic lights. I figured it out in a quarter. Robert Saleh figured it out in 3 drives.
Yep.
He's a limited kid.
Yes.
I do not, for the life of me, understand why NFL teams keep drafting these limited-ass quarterbacks in the first round.
It's here's the thing. He could run a little bit.
A little bit.
So they were like, oh, God.
He runs like a 4.8, 5.40.
Right.
Him and Baker Mayfield are damn near the same speed.
There was 2 things that I did like about Kenny Pickett. One, George Pickens getting the ball.
He has a great mullet.
George Pickens getting the ball, finally.
George Pickens, when Armchair and I did the fantasy show yesterday, I did say that George Pickens is the one that I have moved up.
He's only 4,700 on DraftKings right now.
Yeah, but it's up against the Buffalo Bills.
I know. But they're going to be down. They're going to be chucking the ball.
And I get it. And there's
Buffalo
not really anybody on that defense that can one-on-one defend him.
Buffalo might be up 35-0 at halftime.
It wouldn't shock me in the least. Fun stat. I told Brian this before the show. The Pittsburgh Steelers are the last team in the NFL to be a 14-point dog.
It's crazy.
Since 1970, when we started actually tracking this, they have never been 14-point underdogs. 13.5 in Super Bowl 30 against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
Which they lost by $1 billion. And then my Jets went, Neil O'Donnell, come take all our monies and break my heart for the next.
And Larry Brown cashed in for the rest of his entire career.
Based off one game. He had been half-assed in one Super Bowl. MVP. Made a boatload of money.
The second thing I did like about him was when he came in the post-game conference, when the people were talking about, hey, how do you like you going out for your first game? He basically said, it sucks. We just lost. Period. I like that.
I still maintain did you see the Jets social media response? So Mike Tomlin said we have that black Air Force One mentality, and he got the entire team black Air Force Ones. The Jets put up a social media graphic with those, and it just said "Got him" back behind it with the score.
Got him. Eekdums.
That's a new segment that we will be.
Got him.
Troll Patrol. We're bringing it back. We're bringing it back.
Gotta love Troll Patrol.
Crazy Blade said, I'm an Oregon fan. What's your take on Bo Nix? If Bo Nix was the same player on the road that he is at home, he's not an NFL player.
No.
He'll be a camp arm.
Someone will draft him because he's a name. You know?
Let me see where I have Bo Nix among quarterbacks. It's going to be a high number. I love this class. So
there's actually more quarterbacks in this class that I think could succeed than the 5 that we talked about.
There's more than in any class I've ever done.
Yeah.
And there also could be a bunch that blow dead bears.
Absolutely.
I have Bo Nix at 29. Among quarterbacks in this class.
The 29th overall quarterback?
Yeah. Yeah, he's ahead of Haynes King, old Dark Helmet himself.
Oh, Dark Helmet himself. Holy smokes.
He's ahead of Graham Mertz.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Things not going well in Wisconsin.
Our little messenger chat, the Liger Kings.
Yeah.
I heavily enjoyed the puns on the Matt Rule firing possibly happening.
Yeah, Kevin Vick said, please stop giving me hope that we're going to fire Matt Rule.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to fire Matt Rule.
Oh.
It's just a question of, are you going to do it before I have to sit through one of your games in person?
Yeah.
Or not?
Yeah.
And my hope is yes.
Who would the intern be if it happened?
There was an AP story that was talking about how Carolina is differently situated to actually fire a coach in the season because they have two very capable replacements in Ben McAdoo and Steve Wilkes. I mean, look, if your goal is to lose games, those two are like the gold standard of who you can replace Matt Rule.
I think it's been pretty much proven that if you were a Green Bay Packer quarterback coach or offensive coordinator and you got a job because Aaron Rodgers was that dude, you are a horrible coach. Period. Period.
I mean, Steve Wilkes, the pride of the pride of Appalachian State University.
Pride.
Do you know what the combined record of Steve Wilkes and Ben McAdoo is as a head coach?
Well, I think McAdoo won 10 games.
13.
Yeah.
He was 13 and 16.
Yeah. And he won 10 in one season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was 13 and 16 total as a head coach.
Yeah,
Steve Wilkes was 3 and 13.
Oh, they're really good.
Which means combined, they are 16 and 32.
Yeah. Totally set up to be able to fire Matt Rule because you got those guys. Two worst hairstyles in the history of mankind.
Ben McAdoo.
And?
God, there's some good ones.
It's very obvious.
If you say me, I'm going to throw something at you.
Absolutely not. Davis. Mark Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he looks like a fat Chucky dog.
Yeah, it's those two without a doubt.
Oh, yeah, he looks like a fat Chucky dog.
I don't understand it.
I don't understand how you have $1 billion and get your hair cut at Supercuts.
Right. He's still.
How do you go to the barber college when your bank balance is
guarantee is sticking
figures?
He's sticking a bowl on top of his head and he's just cutting it himself.
Oh, you mean like the Santa Clara cross country team?
Cross country team. Killer.
If you haven't seen that, Google it.
Google it. It's freaking hilarious.
Those guys are great.
Freaking hilarious.
I thoroughly enjoyed the guy who actually put a bowl on his head and cut his hair that way.
It's always a good way to go. Always a good way to go.
Tank has this ridiculous belief that I should cut off the bottom of my beard and have the swooping like handlebar that goes up into a mustache.
The old Triple H from like 10 years ago?
Yeah, I'm to see Chris out. If it involves cutting off anything off my face, I am out.
I have resided that I'm only going to shave from here down and from here down for the rest of my life.
Yes. And the bad thing is now I have to shave from here down because I had gone full Andrew Luck neck beard, and I was totally okay with that.
Yeah,
but then it started to itch.
Yeah, it does.
So I cut the line in, and now I have to do it like every 5 days, which is incredibly annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I probably shave those areas once every 2 weeks, and it gets aggressive.
Yeah.
Rob
Johnson asked, should I trade Najee for Amon St. Brown?
Yeah, absolutely.
Should I trade Alvin Kamara or Joe Mixon?
Yes.
All the yes.
Yes.
You want to hear the list of running backs in the NFL that have more touches than Joe Mixon?
You want to hear it again?
You want to hear it again?
You want to hear that again? And St. Brown is that dude.
Yeah.
He could, if he stays healthy, he could catch 120 balls for 1,500.
Amon St. Brown is proof positive of why Jeremy should have a job in a front office somewhere.
We talked about
because he 16 receivers went before him.
Yep.
And I can tell you right now, he would have nominally less reason to be pissed off if I worked for anybody, because I would have gotten full on naked and started tugging on it on a table until they did what I wanted.
I think
trust me.
Yeah.
Take this motherfucker.
I think we can go back to calling it the 6 to midnight to 6. What was it?
6 to midnight.
6 to midnight team instead of the Chase Claypool.
Oh, it's the Amon St. Brown team now. Because that name changes every year.
Yeah, Chase Claypool is no longer.
Yeah, it's the Amon St. Brown team.
Yeah, absolutely. It could be called the Michael Pittman.
It could be. Frankly, it could just be called the USC receivers team.
Yeah.
Or USC players.
Yeah.
Because Drake Jackson, he a dog.
Yeah.
He was on that team last year.
Oh, yeah.
He a dog.
That's what is crazy scary about San Francisco is that they're so damn talented.
There's more of them.
Yeah.
The ones you've seen, they're all well and good. There's 3 more that they've barely played.
There's guys that are getting 10 snaps that should be starters on every other team in the league. And they're all in the front 7. San Francisco's so deep.
They're very good. They're a very good team.
Is Trey Lance gone? Done? For good?
No, they'll go back to Trey next year, and they should.
Yeah.
The ceiling is higher with Trey Lance. The floor is higher with Jimmy Garoppolo.
I agree. And I think they figured it out. I think that first week, Garoppolo basically got handed the playbook a week before that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you lost a game to Denver because you try, and frankly, you lost a game to Chicago.
Yeah.
Because you trotted out Trey Lance to start the season.
Yeah.
And you threw double birds at Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah.
R.A. Avila asked Curtis Samuel, Michael Gallup for the rest of the season. I also have Dalton Schultz and B-Rob. Maybe that plays a factor. Schultz does. Brian Robinson doesn't. This misnomer that he's going to be the no doubt lead back in Washington is insane to me.
It is insane. And
it's going to be a split. It's always been a split, and you still have J.D. McKissick there. He's worth rostering. Don't get me wrong. But I have seen a slew of fantasy entities say, well, Brian Robinson is clearly the number 1 running back in Washington. I don't think he is.
I'm taking, at this point right now, I'm taking Mike Boone, Tyler Algier.
The Tyler Algier thing scares me.
There's nobody left.
Yeah, but there is. To
Huntley.
them, there is. Caleb Huntley. Yeah, because as soon as Cordero went down, they went, who actually has run a football before?
Yeah.
Let's trot all of you out there.
Yes. There was one more guy that
but to answer that question, I would go Curtis Samuel 1.
Yeah.
Dalton Schultz 2, Michael Gallup 3.
Yeah. I like Michael Gallup.
Dalton Schultz will be better with Dak Prescott than he is with Cooper Rush.
Yes.
He and Dak have a nice rapport. He and Cooper Rush, not so much.
Yeah. Dak is not coming back next week. This week.
I'm not as sure of that.
You can't
and straight up, I don't care.
You can't have pins in your hand and hold a football.
I don't care if Dak Prescott plays quarterback in this game. Cooper Rush, Troy Aikman, Chad, what was his name? Chad Henson, Quincy Carter. I'm just trying to think how many.
Roger Staubach,
Drew Bledsoe, Vinny Testaverde. I don't give a fuck who plays quarterback for the Rams by a billion.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, I wouldn't play him this week because it's not going to matter. I'll trot out Cooper, and I'll be honest with you, you call me three-dimensional chess here, Tank does all the time.
Yeah.
I would be looking to shut up this Cooper Rush shit.
Yeah.
Because I know we're going to lose regardless, and we're going to lose the next 2 weeks regardless. I'll trot Cooper Rush out there to get his fucking brains beat out so that I can go, look, the savior of the franchise. Back to Dak Prescott.
Yeah.
He's come back.
Here's the thing about that, though. Micah Parsons might have 10 sacks.
Don't care. You will still get fucking slaughtered.
Yeah.
Because trust me, the Rams know that too. Just get the ball out to Cooper Kupp quickly.
Yeah.
That thing that San Francisco did of just keep him in front of you, Dallas can't do that.
No.
So I don't give a damn. The Rams are going to beat the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Chris D. R.A. Avila said, my favorite fantasy talk show. We appreciate you greatly.
I appreciate you, brother.
Chris D., what should Elijah Moore owners do? Oh, fun question.
Yes.
I'm going to let you answer that first, and then I'm going to pull up the stat.
On Elijah Moore?
Yep.
Okay. Elijah Moore with Zach Wilson last year, did he or did he not catch about exactly 1 trillion balls in the last 4 weeks of the season?
He did well. It was not 1 trillion.
I think he went for didn't he go 10, 12, 13 in 3 of those weeks?
It wasn't that many, but he did well.
Yeah.
Would you like to hear the list of receivers that have played more snaps than Elijah Moore?
Do you want to hear it again?
Nope. There are actually
Cooper
Kupp. Nope. Cooper Kupp is 21 behind him. The Jets have played more snaps than the Rams. Total snaps, not a percentage. Terry McLaurin, Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, Marquise Brown. End of message. Repeat the line.
Wow.
That's with Garrett Wilson.
Yep.
That's with Corey Davis.
Right.
That's with Braxton Berrios.
Right.
Do you know what that tells me unequivocally? They view Elijah Moore as the one.
Right.
Garrett Wilson's playing out of the slot.
Right.
I had that backwards.
Yeah.
I thought Elijah Moore was going to play out of the slot, and then have Garrett Wilson on the outside.
And what's happening is other defenses and defensive coordinators know that as well, so they're gearing towards him, which is why Wilson is open and why Corey Davis can catch 50-yard balls. And
and I can't remember exactly how the stat goes. I tried to look it up while you were answering the question. Elijah Moore has run more snaps, more routes, and a higher percentage of team plays than any receiver that has started this badly in the last 20 years.
Wow.
That's a regression to the mean.
Yeah.
Elijah Moore is going to come back. He'll be just fine.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, it does make me a little nervous that Garrett Wilson seems to have overtaken him in terms of target share. But if you're going to run this many plays as a receiver that's a little tiny feller,
Yeah.
it doesn't seem to matter. They're leaving him out there on running downs because he's such a threat in the play action game.
Right.
I believed that Garrett Wilson being bigger and Corey Davis being such a good run blocker would take him off the field.
Right.
I've been wrong on that. So the time is coming. If somebody's selling Elijah Moore, I'm buying.
Yeah. Absolutely. If people are,
He's too talented.
Don't give up on him that easy.
He's too talented. All right, just a few minutes left here. I've got to ask this question because you've been so good at it.
Yeah.
Your college football banger of the week is?
Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
Obviously, I do bangers on Fridays.
Yeah. Well,
NC State -3. I mean, I'll have dogs. I'll have a super dog or a big dog. Super dog's what Pat does.
Super dog.
I'll have a big dog, and the big dog will eat. 7-0 in the big dog.
Am I looking at banger spreads? Who's going on here?
Oh, you were the quickest one that I've heard to throw Wisconsin under the bus.
They're done.
Jim Leonard getting that job. No doubt.
Yeah.
I love that people keep putting out articles of, well, who could Wisconsin hire? They've already done it.
Yeah,
he's on the staff.
It's going to happen.
He was the coach in waiting anyway.
Yeah. Let me see here. What's the spread in the Texas-Oklahoma game?
Give me a minute, I'll tell you. Texas by 7, and that's not enough. Quinn Ewers might throw for 900 yards.
TCU Kansas spread.
TCU -7.
TCU -7. Oh, I'm going with
Kansas.
I'm going with Kansas.
At Kansas.
Yes, that's what I'm going right there.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk.
Yep.
Just throwing this out there. I bet Kansas 5 times this year. I am 5-0.
You better keep betting them.
They will not be the big dog this week, but they will be a pick of mine. I feel very sure of it. R.A.Ville asked any thoughts on Jameson Williams while you're continuing to look.
Yeah. Let me see
and I think Tank answered it perfectly. They're scoring 35 points a game without him. Well, were they going to go to 42?
Right.
I mean, and that's with Josh fucking Reynolds playing snaps. That's who he's going to replace. That offense is dumb.
Is Notre Dame favored in the BYU game? It's at home, so
they shouldn't be. I think BYU's much smaller than they should be favored.
Okay. If that was the other way around, it would be obviously going with BYU.
I'm pulling it up. The good thing about Notre Dame is that they're damn easy to find.
Yeah. And they're not really good.
No, they're not. No, they are bad at the footballs. Oh, this game's at night too. Notre Dame. It's at Notre. Oh my God, Notre Dame's a 3.5-point favorite.
Oh,
shut the fuck up. And that's at Allegiant Stadium. I knew there was something about that game.
Okay.
Yeah, they're playing that one in Vegas.
Okay.
BYU's wearing their blackout UFC uniform.
Stop it.
Am I the only one that realizes Notre Dame just sucks?
They're real bad.
They blow dead bears.
They're real bad. Arkansas over Mississippi State this weekend. and I'm sure Mississippi State's probably favored. It's at home.
It's at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
What's the over/under on weird marital advice that Mike Leach will give out? Did you see that?
I did not.
Girl from the SEC network comes up to her. She's getting married, and Mississippi State's an 8-point favorite. Stop that. Arkansas, big city. Yeah. She asked Mike Leach what his marital advice was, and he went on a 1.5-minute rant about how she should elope. And that every woman in her family will drive her nuts, and that getting married is the dumbest thing you can possibly do.
Yeah.
He offered $10,000 to all of his children to elope, and none of them have taken him up on it yet.
Oh my God.
Mike Leach is a stark, raving, crazy person.
He's absolutely insane.
He is nuts.
Absolutely insane. Yeah, I think those are it. I mean, nothing else is really jumping out at me.
I'll have a slew of bangers.
Yes,
on
absolutely.
Friday.
You will.
I did. Before we get out of here,
Yeah.
I want to hear your take on this.
Yes.
Because I feel like I think I got fucked.
Okay.
And not in the fun, college sophomore way.
Okay.
In the
Prison booty.
way.
Way.
All right, so we pick NFL games against Chiefs Act every week.
Mm-hmm.
And I need it to be known that I was originally on the other side of this.
Okay.
The reason that I wasn't just handed the win is because I was on the other side of this. And the more I've thought about it, the more I've gone, I got fucked here. So Tank pulls the lines.
Okay.
He writes down the line for Saints Vikings wrong.
Okay.
It was 3.5 or 4 in every book. It never got down to 3.
Okay.
He said 3.
Okay.
I heard 3, theoretically. But I wrote down 3.5. I'm going to say it was a 3-point spread. Minnesota won by 3. Is that a win for me? Or is it a push? And I had tangible evidence that I wrote down 3.5. I never said 3. I don't ever listen to his lines.
Yeah.
Because I do this earlier in the day.
He gets it wrong.
It's not that he gets it wrong. It's just that I pulled them earlier in the day.
I'm going to say it's a push.
So that's what everybody else said. And I think I got fucked.
Let's be clear, though. The three of you guys are not good at picking NFL games.
Chief Zach and I were 4 games over 500 this week.
This week you turned it around a little bit?
Yeah,
okay.
That's down the road.
I mean,
I'll tell you the same thing I say to everybody else that tells me that. There's a 4th chair in this studio. Anytime you feel warm and fuzzy.
I said that with all the love just because I hadn't hear this week's scores.
Bangers.
The 3 weeks before that, I think the most wins was 7?
No, I was over 500 the first week. I think I went 9-7 the first week.
Yeah.
But and look, the 2 next weeks have been bad.
Yeah.
The stat that I gave last week, and I don't know what it is actively now, but if you had just taken the points in every NFL game, you'd hit 64%. If you just took the dog in every single game.
Yeah.
But that's really, really hard.
Yeah.
To prognosticate.
That's part of what we were talking about a little bit earlier. This is insane this year.
Mm-hmm. This has been a crazy year. Before we get out of here, Justin Parton asked, I may have missed it already because I was super late, but do you have season-long standings for the DFS? I'm going to work on it today with the intention of having it put out by Friday.
I do know that 2 of the sleeper leagues that we're in, I am in first place. Next time I look at those will be the first time because they're best ball, so they pick the lineup. Yeah, exactly.
Jeremy has to divide.
I made a humongous mistake thinking that for some reason maybe I had a few cocktails and then I was like, I don't need this Darrell Williams fella. I'll just drop him and pick up someone. You can't do that. No. You can't do that. I found that out. So I'm playing with 1 less player on my team than we originally.
Sweet.
So I'm hoping to continue to win with 1 less player. And if I win the championship with 1 less player.
So you can drop the guy, but you can't add anybody back?
Absolutely not. You could drop him. You cannot. And there's no way you can add him back.
That is fucking hilarious.
I was so freaking hammered. I was like, oh my God, I can pick up Curtis Samuel and drop him. And I was like, and then I dropped him. And then I went to go pick up Curtis Samuel and said, that's not allowed.
You are not allowed to do that.
You can't do that.
That is the greatest trap door that I have ever put into anything, and I didn't do it on purpose. Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't know that.
But if I do win with one less guy, no one will ever hear the end of it.
Oh, God, no. And I feel like we should call Darrell Williams and be like, how's it feel to be the player that was so fucking irrelevant?
Yeah.
That you were dropped for nothing.
For nothing. I don't
And
care.
it didn't matter.
The highest points you've gotten so far were 2.73.
Yes.
I don't need you.
I think you can withstand that.
I will be able to. I will succeed.
I think you can withstand that.
Absolutely.
This has been fun, as always.
As always, guys. Every 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock, moving forward every week. We have settled on a time.
Uh-huh.
And that gives us a little grab-ass time.
A little grabby time.
On each side.
Yep.
I am Jeremy Greene of ESPN Radio. He is Brian Haynes.
Yes, sir.
He is the dude. I am the mullet. And we will see you next week.